Canada becoming the 51st state. That guy, Kevin O'Leary, he's Canadian. Like, it's not a bad idea. Half of Canadians are okay with it.
I would love to be American.
Man, it'd be cool just to go to Canada. Just think about it, because there's like people that can't go back and forth. We'd have better border security because a lot of people fly into Canada and then come through the northern border. What's up, y'all? This is the Grind and Prosper podcast. He said, back at it again. Say on the radio waves. Hey, look at that. No, look, the first thing that I'm going to talk about says Travis Hunter. So what is it from Colorado?
Oh, man, you want to get on that kid?
Hell yeah, I seen a lot of people. I seen Des Bryant talk about it. He was like, I didn't want to say nothing. He said, but I had to say something. He said, leave that girl, man. He said, what value does she bring to you?
He's in a tough situation.
Hell no, he in a tough situation.
No, I'm saying like he needs to leave.
Oh yeah. No, he was tripping though. He was talking about that he'll be outside of parties waiting on her. I could just imagine. I was like, that's ridiculous.
Like, you're that desperate.
They say the cut.
Very much so.
And then they had the Snapchat videos of her
music
in the party.
videos, all kinds of shit.
Bro, they must have been friends or something. It must have been like that instead of them being together. It must have been
maybe
them
like
being
talking
friends.
phase or something.
Yeah, or just his homegirl. Like, and he's like, well, fuck it, yeah, I'll take you. Go ahead.
But if that's the case, why did she bring it up?
Because, man, bitches gotta have some kind of clout. Get some kind of fucking.
Like if they were just friends in the talking phase during that time, she didn't have to mention that.
Oh no, that's what Des Bryant was saying, that she likes the attention more than she loves him.
Yeah,
like, you need to leave that girl. He's like, because she'd be clearing this shit up right now if that was the case. But
and when
she
likes
talks,
she
people
makes
talking
it
about
worse.
I said, but it shit.
It's like, you don't help your
she
case
knows what
at all,
gets the attention and probably gets the views and shit, bro. Like, she probably already knows the game.
Yeah,
I dropped that bitch.
He got to learn the hard way,
though. NFL shit. He's already Heisman Trophy winner. That's why I was
but
like,
they're like saying that might be his first. Like, he's gonna learn the hard way, but the difference is he's rich. He's gonna be rich, so he's gonna learn the.
He's already making money. They're able to make money.
He's about to learn really hard. And they like getting kicked out the house and taking the PlayStation.
Just don't marry her. Don't. Don't do it, motherfucker.
Like, you know what's sad though? She might end up making money off the whole situation, whether she leaves him or not, because that's what she's building.
I bet you her followers is going up.
That's what I'm saying.
I know, but
yeah, they busted all kinds of shit about her. Like, oh, look at this video. When they were still when she said they were talking, she's all like dancing on some fucking music video or some shit.
Well, there was a music video and then the Snapchat stories where like they were in the party.
No, she said that shit, or I don't know if he said it or she said it that he'll be sitting outside waiting on her while her.
But there's a video
party.
where she was dancing on one of the dudes.
She did.
And I used to party and stuff, and he would literally drive me, sit outside for hours while I'm inside like partying, and then take us home.
I think she said that
shit.
And she leaves a fucking blood stain on the guy's leg. What movie is
that? Super bad.
Oh yeah, super bad. Yeah, she's like grinding on him. That's what fucking.
I mean, to me, if there was like his homegirl and shit, and he was just like, you know, he just looked at her like, you're just one of the homegirls, like, and then they ended up talking later. Then like I could understand it, but like to me, bro, if you're talking to her like that, like,
but that's not how she explained it. So so I get what you're saying.
That's his fiance now.
But I get what you're saying. But like the way she explained it was like they were together.
Yeah, see, that's
because she if they weren't, then she'd probably be like, we started off as friends, and it wasn't that serious because that would have like saved her a little bit better, like so she didn't look as bad, but. He gonna find out, and that's their business. I mean,
so she's gonna ride the wave as much as she can, you know. That's what I
she'll probably have something after.
She's probably gonna be an Instagram model after.
Yeah, definitely, bro. Definitely,
that's a trend right now.
Her OnlyFans model.
What y'all think about them drones?
I think
New Jersey, bro.
I don't even know. It's probably something serious, but it's everybody know. They know what's going on.
We was talking about that earlier outside. We were like, man, I'm just saying, bro. Like New Jersey, it has too much. There's just too much already going on, bro. Like you can't say, oh, it's AI. Like, bro, there's too many videos. There's too much shit.
Nah, but they already came out. Like the Department of Defense and shit already came out and talked about it. But they're like just straight up lying. Like, they're like, I don't know. Did they say they don't know what it is? I think they said they don't know what it is. Yeah, but I think they do.
Because they said they're a special type of drone, right?
If they do know what it was, they wouldn't want to like cause mass.
Yeah, mass hysteria.
Yeah, there you go. Because if you tell people like, oh, we're using it, if it's an extraterrestrial, then they're gonna freak the fuck out and like, oh shit.
It's a coastal city too, so they could be watching something like to protect their ports and stuff. Anything.
Oh yeah, I seen that shit on the Joe Rogan podcast. They were talking about that a satellite got shot down, and they said that's what was controlling the drones was a Chinese satellite. And
so they might be foreign.
Yeah, that's what they were saying, but hell, I don't know. Shit, because they said it was by bases, a lot of bases and fucking.
Yeah, and then another theory was about like, oh, that it's combing the area for like nuclear shit, like bombs type shit. You know what I mean?
Oh,
so
yeah.
that's another conspiracy thing
they
though.
Can pick
Like
up nuclear radiate like signs.
yeah, there you go. Like it's picking it up, and so they don't. And if they were to tell that to the public, they would freak the fuck out. Like, oh shit, like they're you know what I mean? They're looking for something in our area.
Yeah, they're looking for radioactive.
Oh, I didn't know they said
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, it was a shipping container. It was a ship.
Seeing
There you
like
go.
the port cities like over there.
Radioactive waste. That was when they got to it was damaged. So they
Hell
sent
no.
drones
Jesse
over
must
there.
not have got to him, huh?
You stupid.
I said that's a lot to say. I
I
think.
like to think of like.
You say that.
How do you feel like we would handle drones in Texas?
What the hell's wrong with
You
you?
said
man?
we what?
How do you think we would handle drones in Texas?
Shit, they shoot him. There's too many guns
Nah,
here.
but they let the balloons fly over
No,
everywhere.
a motherfucking farmer would be like, that motherfucker needs to
Oh,
get the
yeah,
fuck
yeah,
away
yeah.
from my land. He's like, motherfucker's been around here too long. And they, you go,
I feel like usually they would,
They're like,
handle it
Susan?
differently.
he said, look at this shit.
He's like, come on, they flew over 3 times.
And he's like,
Go
they're
grab
fucking
it.
with me. He said, man, he said, they're trying to steal shit. That's
They
what they're
want-
going
they
to think.
want
It just depends on their height, bro. Because if they're like really far away, you can shoot and move, and then you're gonna miss that shit. So
Yeah.
I think they said they're moving
it's-
slow, too. I think they said they were moving really fast.
is a sign
and they
that,
said they're
like, they're
big
the-
as the table. Like, they're really fucking big.
That big as a car.
Yeah, so I
Yeah,
So
said,
they're like
you go.
specialty
the
drones.
motherfucker would be like, pow. Say someone could shoot it.
And the bullet bounces back.
Did come out and say it was the military, U.S. military biohazard.
Yeah,
So I wonder what made them want to
You
look
could
for it.
make- You could make bombs with.
that was it. Like a tip or some shit. Something had to happen.
Or
Fucking
maybe
where
they fucked up in the container got damaged, so they're trying to make sure they can clean it up.
Hell yeah,
You know,
yeah.
like an oil spill.
Or someone stole some
fuck.
shit that they could make something out of.
Yeah.
Whoa.
But at the
mind
end of the day,
blown.
who knows if that's even the truth? Because it took them.
Who even knows anymore? Am I
Yeah,
right?
you don't. You really don't. Bro.
Hey, no, but that's what
So-
it's
I'm
gonna be.
fucking with you.
That's what Donald Trump said he's gonna give podcasts and shit press passes now.
Oh, for real? So
it's
they
not-
can
yeah,
join?
Yeah, so it's not all the mainstream media because now it's all just like CNN, MSNBC, and they get to all be at the front. They're like, Mr. President, Mr. President. Hey, and then fucking Joe Rogan's gonna be there.
And he hates the news.
Hey,
so
they got
he's-
Alex Jones. He's like, what about the fucking drones?
He's like, the turtles and fucking the frogs.
He's like,
the turtles and fucking
yeah.
the frogs.
He's like, they're fucking hermaphrodites.
What he
Hey,
said,
we
he
gonna
said
have-
some
we
weird
gonna
shit
have
like that, remember?
Josh over there and shit. Like, hey, all right, man.
Nah, he be tripping, bro.
Yeah.
So he does.
But he's been right about some stuff, hasn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like half-ass.
oh, yeah.
Like he'll be hitting and missing, but sometimes the
He's just
crazy ass
too
shit he's right
passionate.
about. Well, it's just the shit he's wrong about is fucking crazy sometimes, but sometimes he's right about just
He had
like,
them parents wanting to sue him about the
It's like
No,
city.
the San Diego, he did.
50-50,
He did.
bro. He's like 50-50.
he did, but then they came out and said that some fucking company, like a satire news company, they had already got bought out, was trying to. They didn't bid it fairly. They basically let them buy it at a cheaper price than what they should have, and all these other people didn't get a chance to buy it, so they halted it and they let them keep it. But I don't know what's going on with it now. That was like a month ago. They try to
Damn.
fuck him. Yeah, because he had a bankruptcy sale, so they made him sell everything off.
Yeah,
And they were-
InfoWars and shit.
Yeah,
Somebody
yeah,
else
so
is gonna
info-
buy it.
Yeah, and basically like use his name pretty much and make like that's basically what they're gonna do is like make.
Yeah,
a
he
mockery
already
of
built a
him.
platform.
Yeah, with his name though, because everybody knows Alex
buy a
Jones.
franchise,
InfoWars.
basically, yeah.
Yeah, with the fucking figurehead. And
It's like
he-
buying a McDonald's. It's already set for you.
yeah, he wouldn't work for them, I'm sure, but it's just like his name's already associated with it. So then they're just gonna start posting dumb shit
Yeah.
like stupid conspiracy
Yeah.
shit that's not real. They're gonna be like, "Yep." They're
They
gonna
were
be
like,
like, "I knew it."
Trump fell. Is this the end of the world? Like,
No, I got him on X, bro. He'd be posting some crazy
Yeah,
shit
Alex-
still.
Alex-
I bet he's
Jones-
interesting to follow just in general. Like,
He's thinking they'll try to tell him that he can't, become president. Like, fucking, I forgot what dude was talking about it, but he was.
Yeah, like all last
Saying-
minute, they're like the Supreme Court.
They're like, no, we're not gonna let him. We're not gonna let him get in.
But remember, I kept on talking
He's
about
not
that though,
qualified or
because I
some
was
shit.
like, because the felony shit, because they're like
Oh,
the
yeah.
one in New York, they put it on hold, but he had already got found guilty and shit. So they're like, okay, I don't understand it, but they said the Supreme Court are his justices that he put in pretty much, so they're the ones ruling on it. So it's weird.
yeah,
But I don't know. Everyone's gonna be mad no matter what. Like whatever happens, they'll be pissed.
that is true.
No, I don't believe it.
I don't know if it's gonna be some crazy shit. Just imagine it's gonna be like gay, trans people and shit. Fucking,
Yeah.
they're throwing dildos everywhere.
And he's like, God, get him out of here.
They're gonna be like, there's fucking lube on the steps.
Hey, one stick
Alright,
to your
look at
forehead.
Nah, that'd be fucked up.
They tried to assassinate him like 2 or 3 times, right?
Yeah, bro, that was crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
They say like there wouldn't be a 40.
that's what I.
They
that's,
could try. They would try. I mean,
Hey, they
Hey,
could try,
imagine,
but he a shooter.
imagine if people.
I mean,
He's probably got private security and shit by now. That shit, if you're rich enough, you're like, all right, you motherfuckers,
Yeah, he
gonna
probably
let
has
them kill me.
security.
yeah.
You're like, hell no. And he
He
got.
probably been has security
And
too.
motherfucker got what do they call it? Mossad? What's the ones for the Jewish people, Israel
Yeah, Hassad
or Mossad or what do they call it?
Messiah.
No, Mossad. They're like fucking. I forgot what they're called. They're like they're their version of the
You
CIA.
did.
Yeah. Oh, they have like a whole.
Yeah,
name
they
for
said
it?
they basically.
Damn, I
said,
never heard of that.
They
shit.
said they got it like a fucking chokehold on us, pretty much. Like they'll be teaching our CIA operatives how to work, pretty much.
Damn.
Yeah, like they've been having spying on lock for a long time, like because it's the cheapest form of like fucking warfare that you could use is just spying. It's just simple, like you send spies,
Go
and
act normal,
get information,
get a job somewhere, and act like you're one of them.
Yep, they said that like Russians. They said Russians got that shit too, like Russians and
I
Israel.
believe that.
Yeah, and they said the U.S. is catching up. They're good at it, but U.S. is.
Yeah, they're amongst us. Like it could be even in college classrooms.
They said they stole our shit before. Like who was? They said fucking Israel stole like records from somewhere. I don't know. If
Gotcha, bitch.
Yeah, like so they like know
That's
all our
wild.
inside details
That's
and shit.
fucked up. Like,
so
how
they're
did
like
this
we're supposed to be allies, but it's like the same shit. Like we spy on our allies. Like that's what Edward
Try to
Snowden.
make sure
They
they're
do
not
a
going
little
against
more.
us.
Yeah, Edward Snowden got in trouble for that because he exposed all of that, like fucking Germany and
Bro,
Canada.
he
We're
exposed
spying on
real
everybody,
shit.
but just so for like financial benefit for us. But I guess that's what the CIA is for. I guess it's to make sure we're number one, like even in business deals,
Yeah.
whatever. But it's fucked up. Whether you see how
It's
they're
fucked
talking
up,
about
fool.
Canada becoming the 51st state.
Nah.
Yeah, a fucking Kevin O'Leary or something. That's his name. You know the dealer. Was it not dealer? No deal. The fucking the one where they give him money, where they're like there's like 5 guys and they're gonna invest in them. Is it Shark Tank?
Shark Tank.
Yeah,
There you
Shark
go.
Tank. That guy Kevin O'Leary, he's Canadian. He was like, well, I'll go to Mar-a-Lago myself and speak to him. He's like about Canada becoming the 51st state of the United States. He's like, it's not a bad idea. He's like, and half of Canadians are okay with it.
Yeah,
I was
they
like,
are.
that shit's crazy. And like right now,
They
Trudeau,
would
they're-
love to be American. Get rid of that shit.
man, it'd be cool just to go to Canada. Just think about it, because there's like people that can't go back and forth because neither one of them wants shitty
You need
people
a
in their country.
passport. You need a
Yeah.
passport to go over there.
You
and
can't
shit.
you can't have like
So-
certain felonies or felonies
Yeah.
like you have to.
Because then they're like, we'd have a fucking better border security because a lot of people fly into Canada and then come through the northern border.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know, I feel like it'd be more lax in Mexico.
I
More
think
money.
He said,
All right,
"Peace up, A-Town
you know
down."
they be safe.
Yeah, Miss Dave.
But you just doing that to make a scene. You could have just
He
left.
just trying to cause a
yeah, you
scene,
could have
man.
just left, bro.
He said it dramatic.
He's like, I just want. I
He
said
goes-
bye bye. Nah, Carlos be hitting that hoe. I think Bobby said some stupid shit like that too.
Motherfuckers. He goes, I'll show you guys. He said,
I go, how you done
y'all thought this was a
Hey, he
game?
smeared
Javi
shit on our
over
cars.
You got the tongue.
got
Watch
shit.
out! Watch out! Watch
He
out!
pulled the Javi Contreras on us.
Hey, we got fucking pentagrams written and shit on our cars outside.
Hey, smeared on our door handles. And it says, die, bitch, die.
No, but that's what they're saying. That's why I was like, man. I was like, what if they did Mexico like that too? And they made their mistake. I was like, man, it's fucked up to think
they
about
were
like
talking
that.
about the marrow.
It kind of feels
Mexico
like,
wouldn't do that.
but it
shit.
kind of feels like we're like thinking like Hitler though. Like, okay, be like, we'll have the whole North America, continental
to us.
North America. He's like on lock. Nobody can mess with us from coast to coast. We're all
Yeah,
Americans.
because
They
it
now.
was-
talked about the marrow and stuff for a long time, making it all one currency and everybody joining.
Well, no, they did BRICS or something. The
BRICS,
Russians, Chinese, and Iran, they did BRICS. And they're trying to get away from U.S. currency because that's how U.S. currency puts a chokehold on people is fucking, they're like, put sanctions from the treasury and they'll designate them as fucking terrorists, however they got to do.
Oh, fuck up
Our
their...
enemies of the U.S., so they just fucking lock
Fuck
their
up their
bank
money
accounts,
flow and
anything.
shit.
They seize their shit, their ships. And that's what's crazy that the U.S. has that much power that they could seize on
Right, 'cause it's not
international
technically
waters
our
and shit.
business.
Yeah.
Like you're
Fuck
seizing
yeah,
Russian
bro.
tankers and shit like
Yeah,
that.
because if that happened to us, then that'd be like a war crime.
bro. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Like we'd be causing a fucking scene. Like
Hell no!
be like, y'all just took Jeff Bezos' yacht. Or like, hell no.
They're like, we need everybody to pay extra taxes this year. We're going in.
They're like, we're going to war.
And then they ain't even got shit to do with us.
They're like boots on the ground. And it's crazy though. We're in a shitload of proxy wars though. Like all the wars we're in are proxy wars. It's like we're against Iran and Russia. Like they said, like Sunnis and Shiites. They said that was like Iran was backing them, and then the U.S. was backing them, giving them weapons and money, and fucking Russians the same thing. Ukraine, we'd been fucking backing them. People were saying I was
Basically
dumb about
fighting like
that.
little
Like
small
one of the
wars.
clips we had.
Yeah.
They're saying like, oh, these motherfuckers don't know what they're talking about because I was like, the U.S. should have just stayed out of it. And I was like, then it starts coming out that the U.S. had been like pushing for that shit, and they're like pushing Ukraine to fucking fight them pretty much. They're basically fighting our war, and like fucking U.S. is like leaving them
Yeah, it
hanging
makes a lot of sense.
because just two different political groups are going to come in, like the Republicans and Democrats. Some of them don't want to fight the war, and they made a deal with one party already, so they're like, fuck, y'all just gonna leave us
remember
hanging.
that
That's basically what happened with Vietnam too.
Oh yeah, because there's a lot of people that didn't want to.
They were fighting the communists in Vietnam, and then they fucking just left, and they're like, well, fuck. They're like, fuck this shit.
We out.
Yeah, we got too many casualties. They're like, we never were even officially at war.
Yeah, they say that's not. We lost that war too. Like
I don't think we did though. I don't honestly don't think we did. Like I think we were winning, but the news, like the media, had already started then, and so it started like people were seeing caskets with the American flags coming back.
Because that was one of the first wars that was like broadcasted, right?
Cameras and shit. Because you got to think the radio changed shit, TV changed shit, and fucking.
But they say the reason why that war was so bad is because people that didn't want to be there. The race stuff, stuff is what like barely desegregated.
The draft made everybody fucking go, and it was still racist.
So when people came back, like there was actually racism in the military, so like they were dealing with shit amongst each other. Yeah, and they say the war though itself was like unique because the landscape and everything was so weird. Like they'd go in the tunnels. They said they had hospitals.
But that's why I love history though, because history like all leads up to now. Yeah, that's why I feel like you got to pay attention to everything, like everything that's happened. Like I was looking through my my notebooks. I had fucking like from Prussia before Germany was Germany, it was Prussia, and then fucking the Austrians, fucking shit like that. The Austrians, Russians, all that kinds of shit. Like bro, while we were having the revolution and shit over here, they still had fucking kings and queens, and fucking Germany didn't even exist yet. So it's just crazy. Like all the battles and shit in Europe that is people are fighting over land. Poland was once not even Poland anymore. Like Poland disappeared because it got split up between all these countries, and then because it was a big country but a weak ass country, and then they fucking started fighting.
How they got Hungary, and all that now. Yeah, Czech Republic used to be like Yugoslavia.
The Balkan Peninsula was all made by the U.S. And shit. Everything like
all the U.S. made that.
Yeah, like the fucking what is it?
Because I know it's like Romania,
Czechoslovakia.
Yeah, and then now it's just Czech Republic.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like Czech. But they're Slavs. They're like everybody's all different fucking ethnic groups and stuff, and they just put them under one category. It's like, and the U.S. does all this shit too. That's what's crazy. It's like we get so involved with shit. That's why I was like, it's just crazy the way history works.
It's funny how people allow it though.
I think people don't like us. I think people really like.
Because we kind of force stuff on people.
Exactly, like the bullies of the world. Like
people don't like
and get with it or get ran over.
Like the military, because first, like it was Great Britain had the best navy in the world. Like they had ships already. And then the fucking U.S. came, like, after World War II. That's whenever it was just like, we didn't get in it. So everybody else is getting fucked up, bombed, and fucking raided by other countries and shit. But we're just over here kicking, and we're like, nah, we're not going to get in there. And then fucking Pearl Harbor happened, and they're like, fuck that. We got to kill them. They're like, they're fucking dead. Because the British were scared of fucking Hitler. They're like, this motherfucker is gonna take over the whole fucking.
He was on the road though.
Yeah, he was.
He was like making Italians were even Nazis and shit.
And it's like fucked up because that's what I was like saying. Like going back to what I was saying, like making Canada and Mexico a state. Like it's kind of like thinking like Hitler. Like what if he was just thinking he was doing right too by his people? Right. Because that was his excuse. Is like, well, these people were all like ethnically German, and like we all share the same cultures. Like these people want to be part of Germany. They're like, well, we're gonna go in here, and they're happy. Like. I think what was it? I think it might have been Poland or something is the first place he might have went into, and they were like clapping and shit, and they were happy that he was there.
Well, yeah, because that's where one of the biggest concentration camps or something.
Yeah, well, they already were anti-Semitic. Like they said, like actual Germans weren't so anti-Semitic, but Polish people, I don't know why.
I think it's because of the location. Poland's a little bit more east, and then you got to think.
I don't know why they already hated them.
Well, Middle Eastern people, there's like a culture clash right there because you got to think from Europe, the Middle East is right there.
But I be reading so much shit. We're not reading, but I'll be watching so many podcasts like conspiracy shit about the Rothschilds and shit. Just like, damn, I said, well, what if this shit is true? Like, how much of it is true and how much of it is fake? I just don't know. It's
like
just
they're still in control in a way, maybe like their bloodline.
No, they said the Rothschilds like had so much money that they could. Okay, like a bond is the government like selling its debt to someone. Like you give that country money, you get their bond. So you can collect on your bond, but that country has your actual cash to work with you now. You know what I mean? So then, like, whenever you want it back, you can cash in on it and be like, okay, here, boom, I need my money back, and with interest. And so then
don't be stealing shit. Nah.
I bring that Macallan in here. Thank you, sir.
Let me get a little glass.
You can collect on it. Well, they said the Rothschilds did that they were like, no, we need all our bonds. They bought so many bonds in all these major countries. They were like, okay, they're like that. I think it might have been the French king or something. They wouldn't like acknowledge him, and he was like, no. He's like, please, he's like, stop drawing. He's like, stop like collecting on your bonds, like please, like because it fucking makes inflation go super fucking high, and like they can't afford shit no more. It fucks up their whole country because their money is supporting that country. With their money.
People's,
and that's why they say they're so evil because it's like the same thing happening.
Because they can control the value
of everything because they got so much
and
money
they're not going to lose out. They're like, y'all don't want to listen.
It's all a business, bro. The dad was smart. He spread all his kids out over Europe. Like I think they started in Germany. And then they went to Britain. They went to all the major countries, France. And they started all their own banks.
And who was the one that was born in Cleveland, Ohio? There was another.
Rockefellers.
Yes, bro.
Yes, and they're the same shit. It's like,
and you know, he started off rough, so it's weird. Like,
it's like the
poor
same
little boy from Ohio.
The guy did the Rockefellers are the same way. The guy had a fucking coin shop.
There's always been that thing amongst them.
Thank you, sir.
So you got to think. And
I drink the worst shit.
I wonder if they ever go at war with each other, or if they're.
No, there was an uncle that died. Like he got thrown off his yacht or some shit. Like he was he wasn't going with the program, and like it was. I don't know how far in the generations it was, but it was a yacht, so they had been pretty far already. It was like the fucking 19 I don't know, it's 19 something. It was 1970s maybe, I don't know, 60s, but something happened. I really don't know when, but fucking he just like mysteriously just fucking died, like drowned off his yacht.
So they were like working together.
Yeah, but the whole family is all, you know what I'm saying? They own all the banks. It's a family business. Yeah, and that's what they said. Like the dad was like never let anyone actually know how much money the family has, and always put your family over everything, over anything.
It's weird that they
even money,
hide it. Like,
even money.
Yeah,
like they had fake books to show people, but then like in actuality they had more money. But only the family knew that.
That's crazy to live that long. Like when people marry, like what do they tell their spouses? Like, or they might not like
they
tell
own the
everybody
banks.
that. Yeah,
they're like the power. Like it's because like back then it was like either it's the divine right of kings, like you're born a king or you're not. And they said the only other way was to be fucking in the church. So you become like what do they call it in the church? Like you're not a pastor. What the hell do they call it? Like a pope or not a pope,
a deacon or a
bishop.
Nah,
I don't know, but you just get in the church. I forgot what the fuck they call it.
Vatican.
Yeah, cardinal. Yeah, basically like some shit like that where you're in the church.
Yeah,
and that's the only way to become like have power is either be born a king or get into the church, and you have your power like that. But them, they were like financiers, so they started stacking their money up, and putting so much money. They're like, they're gonna have to respect us. Like they're gonna need our money pretty much.
Yeah.
So when they needed a loan, they're like, okay, boom, we got you there. And like fucking
they
own their ass.
Yeah, they own
you, dog. Like
they got you in their pocket.
You said fucking own you,
dog. Because they'll probably tell you like, all right, like
he's into it.
Like, we know this guy's in a deep ass hole, and then fucking if we give him this money, then guess what? He's gonna fucking spend his whole life paying us back.
Like I heard some shit about Napoleon.
You know, got him.
Like that's what I was telling the last episode we recorded. That's why I was like Napoleon like just was like, man, fuck y'all. Like I know what y'all are doing. Like y'all are having me fight y'all's war. Yeah. Because the war benefits them because they're financing everything and making money off of stuff. So he's like, man, fuck this shit. I'm the one who's been fighting and shit. Like this is my shit. Like this is my country. Like, and that's whenever the Louisiana Purchase happened. The U.S. bought it for so many million. I think like 15 million or something, and it was cheap. Like it was way undervalued, and it was just like fuck it because he had so many wars going on. He needed the money. Yeah, to keep his fucking army going. But they said the Rothschilds were the original ones financing him, and he just said fuck them, and that's basically what happened. Like that's why he fell off.
That's a smart buy though, because I mean you got to think the ports and then the Mississippi River.
It's just crazy the way that shit happened.
Transporting goods and stuff.
Because they said they used to have all those like fur outposts and shit like that, and the French had them the French were in Canada too. Mm-hmm. They made it all the way to Canada, up and down the Mississippi River. Yeah. And they all had all the outposts right there, and that was as far as the U.S. went. Yeah. That's what's crazy. And then after that, it was
because they lead the Ohio River and all the other rivers too.
Yeah, they kept pushing them out further and further and further. Yeah, and that's what's so fucked up.
They're like, "Gotcha, bitch."
Yeah, like y'all get up there.
Yeah, they're like, it's cold. They're just like
keep pushing them back, keep pushing them back,
and fucking making more crazy. They're like, damn, we need more room.
Man. They're like, damn.
They're like this. They're like this shit ain't
freezing.
Straight Bogart that shit, bro. That's exactly what the fuck it sounds like.
Man, it's crazy. And then like how Native Americans ended up in Oklahoma, and then they ended up fucking them out of Oklahoma too. Yeah. Then everybody started moving there. I was like, man, it's just
they were all over.
I was just watching the video on that Hatchua town, the Broken Bend, and the tribesman was called the Hatchua town, but eventually got taken over by the wooding.
Yeah, and so much money
came over and took the whole land.
Yeah, because the money to be made from it.
They had from it.
And they had oil. They struck oil. What was that? The fucking something moon. It's with Robert De Niro and Leonardo DiCaprio. It's something about the But like in Oklahoma, they took their land for the oil. They just all mysteriously end up dying. Like he's like killing
all the wives and shit.
Yeah, everybody that owns rights, because they all own rights to the oil there, and they struck, and they're like, "Fuck, we're rich." And you see everybody driving fucking Model Ts and shit. Like,
but they had to find a way to get rid of them.
They're like fucking them up. They're like, "I want another one." They're like, "Just give me another one." And you just see them like with their long hair and shit, and they're just balling. But then they got these people, bankers, telling them how much money they could spend of their own money. Like it's crazy. They're like, "Nigga, we're rich." Yeah. And they're like, "Well, you're gonna tell us how much we can spend?" I was like
trying to have that control over.
Yeah, and then they ended up taking it from them anyways. Like that the guy was just killing them just one by one.
They're getting too
like,
wise and realizing.
And then you just see them like the next scene is like they're just like that in their bed dead.
Yeah, they were giving them like the doctor was telling them.
Yeah, the doctor was injecting them. He's like, keep taking your medicine. It'll make you better.
Just keep taking it.
Which means that doctor was paid to probably do. People were sick.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, that's what it was because they knew the game.
I don't know how much of it that story is true. I know it is based on a true story.
That was true. Yeah, because they would marry into a fucking full Indian.
Then they marry in.
Marry a full Indian.
He had his nephew. Remember, Leonardo DiCaprio
married like a native woman.
Bro. So that way he has ownership to that land. Yep. And now the uncle is like, okay, well,
that's some sick ass
bro.
Shit.
Marry the women, bro. And then when they die, boom, I got the land. It's
bro,
mine.
Really, like seeing that movie really pisses you off because you're like, damn.
It does. Yeah,
like, but like I said, I don't know how much of it.
But some of it got to be. It's believable because.
Yeah, some of it got to be true.
That type of shit has happened already.
Fuck yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's hard to believe that people would be capable of that, but it's reality. Like,
yeah, I mean, they were scalping motherfuckers back then, bro. So I mean, hell yeah.
Oh, yeah, maybe they didn't care about it.
No, but I'm saying not even then though. Like they were already civilized. Like
yeah.
And they were before the schools and stuff.
Before then, I mean, you'd be scalping. What the fuck? Like,
see, and that's what they had slaves too. They slaved other Native Americans too. That's why they're like.
Yeah, so you're saying that maybe they saw them like. It's like a
dog eat dog world.
They'll go to war about theirs.
Yeah, like you slave these other people, but the motherfuckers came with rifles. So it's just like I don't know, like I really there's no fucking there's no right answer to anything like that. Like it's just like y'all were already doing y'all some people.
Using resources that they didn't even know. Like I was saying with the timber, like.
But it's like the same thing with Africa now in Mexico.
And then we use the timber as like an industry, and then next a railroad is built. And like you were saying with the oil. Like the natives are sitting on top of oil, they didn't even know.
They didn't know it. Then boom. That's the first scene of the movie.
They just and then we take over the land, and then we use the resources.
Straight up.
Hey, it starts gushing out of the ground, just out of nowhere. They're just
and they're like, "What the fuck? What is this?" And then they know, like, "Oh, we gotta get paid. About to get paid for real," and they did.
Yeah, that's why I was like,
I mean, shit, that's some hoe ass shit.
But that's basically, I said what I'm circling all around. I'm just like, damn, because like the U.S. hasn't been here a long time. You know what I mean?
Well,
like,
really
not like other countries, no.
Like 1776. 1776. Okay, so what?
You sure?
Yeah, July 4th, 1776. I remember they always made us remember that shit.
I thought, because I feel like say like Pennsylvania and the colonies were already states.
Yeah, they were colonies before.
But you're saying like,
no, we're talking about the whole U.S. is
like, yeah, like, that makes sense.
That's July 4th, 1776 is whenever
everything became like formal.
Yeah, like we became the United States.
Right, because some of the states didn't want to really be.
Yeah, because they weren't sure. Everybody wasn't sure yet.
And everybody's
and then
coming
that's
from
another
different
thing
cultures.
that's crazy is the fucking I was hearing another fucking man. I'm telling you, I don't know why. Oh, it's always the Rothschilds and fucking
Rockefellers.
Rockefellers and stuff. Well, they said the Russians defended our fucking shores while we were fighting the Civil War.
The fuck?
And nobody ever talks about it. They said the Russians fucking kept France and Great Britain because. They said the Russians hated fucking central banking so bad because they knew like it's evil to them, and they knew what was gonna happen if the central banking got into the U.S. And fucking they said nobody talks about it, but that's just true that the Russians defended our fucking shores the whole time to keep the British and the French from coming here and getting into our war while we're fighting the Civil War. And that's what I'm saying too, and that's what the guy said too earlier. Like he'd be thinking I'm talking shit. And he was like, it wasn't a war. It was a war about like industry and stuff, because the Civil War was fought because they were passing laws where fucking like in the South we couldn't get shit from Europe anymore, and the shit was cheaper to get from Europe. But it's kind of like it ties into right now how Trump's saying he wants to put tariffs on shit. Okay, well back then everybody in the South had money, but off of slaves and their plantations and shit, and they were getting all their shit from Europe and getting fucking furniture, dishes, whatever, the fine china, everything. Well, fucking
You're right, Chip.
We're at the same time we're industrializing. Like our factories are starting to make shit, and they're like, well, y'all should buy it from the north, and you know what I'm saying, like support our shit.
Keep the money flowing here.
Yeah, then Abraham Lincoln was like, no, fuck that. We're going to put tariffs on all this shit. So it's so fucking expensive. They can't buy from Europe. They got to buy it from us. Yeah. But then they're telling them, like, they can't have... The thing about slavery, it was never about slavery. Nobody gave a fuck about slavery. Like, he said if it was to keep the country together, they would keep slavery. But it was just because they wanted the industrialization of the North to survive. You know what I'm saying? Like, the country to survive. So they just... Yeah. That's all it was. It was about the economics, but the North and the South's economics just didn't match up.
You could really see it, though, if you ever go up there, like... It's run down, but
all
you can
factories,
see,
the old factories.
Yeah,
and shit.
Textile mills still.
But if you think about it,
stuff.
what if he wouldn't have did that? Like, what if he wouldn't have put the tariffs and like, what if we would have went to shit or something? Like, who knows? Like, maybe the Civil War needed to happen.
Maybe he was trying to keep it like within the, like you said, so like they got to go to Europe. Like,
I always feel like that. Like history repeats itself. It's kind of like us with China right now. Like we could get fucking electric cars and TVs, electronics cheaper from China. But what about all these companies in the U.S. that want to make them and sell them to us? And you know what I'm saying? Like we're supporting our own pretty much.
Yeah, and the money's coming back
full
circle.
Staying in-house.
So it makes more sense.
And so it's just like you think about it, like what if that wouldn't have happened? What if the Civil War would have never happened and he never would have put tariffs and we were still buying shit from Europe, from the South, kept slavery and fucking like... Yeah, maybe we'd be like Europe. You know what I mean? Like maybe we'd be like Europe and we'd have a shitload of different... We'd all be separate countries and shit.
Yeah.
Like
States kind of, I know this is,
Texas
I know
definitely
not.
would have still been its own little thing too.
Well technically,
it might have been Mexico or something still.
Yeah.
Like,
what was it all the way up to like Utah or some shit?
Yeah, just a long strip, like a river.
Colorado too.
That's what it was. The Colorado River. I think it goes all the way up.
But in a way, states you could look at cultures and states, and they are kind of like mini countries. I mean, like we all speak English and Spanish and whatever.
But accent.
Yeah, and I mean like foods, dialect. Bro. Everybody has certain styles of foods that were like. Whatever, like culture settled there, that's still there. Like
German, there's a lot of Germans in Texas. I don't know why. I guess
I want to say the land, bro. No, I feel like it was the land. Probably cheap land a long time ago. You got to think about how Texas was so big, and there's not really many towns.
Well, see, they got some German town, like named German names.
There wasn't a lot of cities back then, though, right?
Huh?
Like
Munster, yeah, that's German. Gory, I think all them towns.
Shit, down where we were at was kind of New Braunfels and all that.
But it is crazy, like,
yeah,
right.
All those are all German.
Like people's last names.
Yeah, they like mixed with the Mexicans, but that was the time whenever it was Mexico, they were coming here, and like they still got German colonies in Mexico right now.
Yeah, there is.
That's what's weird. It's just like, wow.
But I wonder the cultures. I mean, because Germany, in Europe.
And then the music. That's what fucking
the music
polka music
is really like, bro.
It's like they just like meshed in with fucking the Texas culture.
I mean, it's so funny
weird.
though, like the beer drinking too and everything.
Beer, Mexicans fucking love beer now.
Germans love beer.
That was it, bro. They was hanging out with Germans.
Yeah, they were like,
the way I guess the way they probably do family parties, like in Germany.
These motherfuckers can hang.
Because I think they do big parties for their family.
All Mexicans had were like string instruments, like at first. Then the fucking they're like.
And that might have came from a.
They came with percussion and tubas like.
Yeah, because guitars and shit were popular all around here.
Yeah.
So you took like European culture and mixed it with shit. We was on.
Yeah, man. It was like okay.
We was on.
And then it's crazy because then we got the Spaniard culture too, like all the fucking like how in Mexico all the middle of the city is the fucking church. Mm-hmm. That's like a Spaniard thing. Yeah. The Catholic church.
Yeah, because they made it like where that was the most important thing, and if you went against it, you're a heretic.
Yeah, man. That shit is crazy because you go and you still see the old ass churches. You're like, damn, that shit's fucking.
And that's just the culture
1900s,
still.
Bitch. Like fucking. Yeah. You're like, what the? Probably even 1800s. Some of them, late 1800s. And you're like, I know Chihuahuas is. It's like late 1800s. You're like, it's bitch still exactly the same, bro.
They probably take care of it.
They preserve it.
Yeah,
they preserve it like a motherfucker for sure. Like
that's what I'm saying. It's just crazy that the culture just stuck. Like they came and fucking raped everyone, took everything, and it just stuck. Like. It's just wild.
I mean, they brought cattle and shit, and that's how cowboy in became like because people always saw like, "Whoa, cowboy," and I'm like, "Bro, nah, bro, I'm sorry, but like Spaniards, they brought that shit over, bro. Like they brought the cattle and the horses. Like we were talking about earlier, our horses. You're like, some countries eat horses, we ride them bitches. Like so." You know what I mean? But that came over. That came over with them whenever they brought it, and you know what I'm saying. And that's how we got fucking beef. Why the fuck?
I don't know if it was like they had wild horses here already, but I think they started breeding the ones that the Spaniards came. Then they just started taking
off. And they're wild.
And so they're like, fuck it. Then they started breaking them and shit.
Yeah, so back then you would have to pick your horse or like, some
catch
people.
Catch that motherfucker.
Yeah, you have to catch them, bro. Yeah, and then
break that motherfucker.
Then you got to break them in. Like, because they're wild horses.
Yeah, probably violent, too.
And then just imagine the land, bro. Like
they just out there fucking.
And that's what's crazy, too.
Bam.
You know how, like, how, like, Texas has mesquite trees all over? That's from Mexico too, from the cattle going like to New York.
From the seeds and stuff
the
spreading?
Seeds there. Yeah, they're just walking through it. Because when you get down to like Chihuahua and shit like that, it's all fucking desert.
Mesquite like a
There's mesquite everywhere.
Because I don't think I.
And so that cattle is just bringing the seeds, just walking all the way up to New York. So that's all we got.
This is travel slowly, the wind blowing, carrying it. It's
chilling.
crazy.
They're probably like, I don't know what.
They eat, then they shit, and then they just keep going. Like the birds, same thing. Birds eat something, shit the seeds out, and there you go. That's how you got trees on the fucking fence lines and shit.
Yeah.
That's why I be tripping about how water's fucking bodies of water just get fish in them all of a sudden. Like a fucking fish has to shit out eggs or fucking drop a fish or something somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm like, that shit's just water. A flood has to happen and fish get trapped in there.
Even right now, there's different species of like crabs and salmon or like fish that have migrated, but people forget the waters are getting warmer and colder in certain areas too. So they're finding, whenever they can live.
Tanks overflow too. They swim through canal, like everywhere.
No, but I don't know. So I'm telling you, I think since I got older, I started thinking about shit a lot deeper like that. Like I'll tell you, like the history stuff. Like I love history already, but it just trips me out. Like history,
but like because it's important, like. Because then you start, like you said, it repeating itself is like, what if it happens to us? What if we get caught in history? Yeah. I mean, this is all history.
We will.
Like
the
coronavirus.
But we don't think World War III won't happen on U.S. soil. Like,
no, it's just weird because the digital.
It could happen.
Like,
just imagine, bro.
How much better it gets.
If people could
and it's got to fall down. I feel like.
Yeah, it's gonna crumble for sure.
We could be taking it for granted. Everybody bitching and then bam, you start getting bombed.
Like warfare is different though. Like everything's gonna be different. Warfare is different. Okay, like say if they hack into our power grid, they got our phones or our internet service, everything. Like they get all our information. They got our data. They know what we like. They know what freaks us out. They know what's fucking gonna make us happy. What's gonna make us sad. Like warfare is way different. Like before, you got to think these motherfuckers just coming and conquering shit. They're like, all right,
they couldn't hide. They're all loud.
We don't even understand each other. And there's like. All right, fuck it, just fucking kill them. They're like, start stabbing them and shit with swords.
Now they just play a long game. Like, fuck it, we know how to get
Americans. HIV.
A lot of proxy wars and fucking like bio warfare and shit like that.
There you go.
Kills you slow, but you're attacking the people from the inside out, basically, because then they affect each other.
That's what a lot of people were saying is that like the coronavirus was like a lot of studies and shit of like biological warfare and fucking it escaped because they said some deal they were talking about. Bill Gates was there. They said he was talking with the CIA and Bill Gates were there, and they were talking about it and what they would do like if something like the coronavirus were to happen, and then it did like a year later or something. They said not too long after.
Which means they were already like aware, like if this leaks out, or how do we contain?
Well, no, it's like they're like, what the fuck do they have? What business do they have at this conference? What the fuck do Bill Gates and the CIA have together at this conference?
Like, why did
Microsoft and shit.
You know what I mean? They're like, so
we thought you was
they're like, y'all were planning.
And he stole that shit too, though. He stole the patents from somebody else.
Bro, there's just so much.
Rich.
There's just so much weird shit. It's like really, it's like it's hard to trust a lot of shit now. It's because like you've been lied to for so long, and like now you just like shit's really actually coming out.
Blood in my eyes, dog, and I can't see.
No, it's just like, man, like what would they do? Like, you know what I mean? Like, how do you control the people then? Like, what if they do? Like, everybody's like, well, fuck.
And it kind of puts an incentive like concentration camps, but they're not gonna call them that. But like how they quarantine everybody, it's a legal way to implement martial law.
It's just like a hell of a predicament, like because it's like because you really don't know because. People can be fooled and stuff and manipulated, so you don't know how people are going to react to the truth. So, like, some people might freak out. Some people
they don't want
might go in a hole.
Hysteria and shit.
Yeah, some people might fucking fight back, or some people might fucking, I don't know. You just don't know what anyone's going to do. So, I guess, like, I could see, like, why they would, like, fucking censor shit, but me personally, I'm like, I feel like fuck it, like let me decide. But
and it's gonna be worse though
because
if it
you
comes
do know
later,
dumbass people that can't handle like people like freak out like over the dumbest shit. So they're like, damn, if the truth came out about everything,
they go and buy toilet paper.
That's
and
what
shit.
I'm about to
say.
Bro,
motherfuckers, they be buying up all the fucking toilet paper and leaving the shit empty.
All the waters and shit.
Hey, it's been a while since we did one of those where we like.
I was like, bro,
fucking.
Shit. We make toilet paper from everything in the United States. I said, why the fuck are y'all buying up all the toilet paper because shipping containers are stuck? I was like, you fucking idiot motherfuckers. I was like, y'all buying up all the toilet paper.
Well, they probably get the plastic from fucking other countries.
It's right there. We recycle our bottles and shit.
But in defense, though, I feel like since we know people are dumb like that, it makes other people freak out and be like, so now you, like us, we might go do it.
Motherfuckers got to buy all the eggs.
Because we're like, fuck, we better get as much as we can before these motherfuckers take it off.
He said for the dumb motherfuckers buy the eggs, but you're buying it all the time.
But like, then we're the dumb fucks, but really, we're just preparing, so you got to think, it's like a domino effect.
Really kinky as hell.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I was like, I can see the censorship and not like Brazil's like really with the censorship. They're like beefing with Elon Musk.
Why?
Because they don't want X there. No, X. They don't want X there.
Oh, because he's just building it.
Because you see how news is spreading so fast. Like man, I'm telling you, X, like, all the news is like instant. Boom, boom, boom. Like,
I was thinking about if he wanted to build like Tesla factories
and the community
on their land.
notes. That's what I like that about X is the community notes, because say if there's a little clip, it fucking, like I said, it's someone fucking just talking and you really don't know what it's about. It'll be like, well, 5 seconds before this, like say like George Bush, they're like the guy threw the shoe at George Bush while he's fucking.
That shit was funny. You remember that?
That was pretty gangster right there.
Hey, George Bush is a dumbass because that motherfucker.
He just smiled. He goes,
yeah, he can't take shit serious.
He goes, you ain't got me.
Then he had one where he was taking a drink and he flipped the camera off. Like before they did the press, like he was just always on some bullshit.
I think that motherfucker's just goofy as hell. Like, man, I'm telling you, like, I think my algorithm on YouTube is just crazy because there was something about like how the Bushes were like from the East Coast and they planted themselves in Texas, and it was like a power shift from the East Coast to the South of the oil tycoons. Like, they're the ones with all the money now, and they're the ones with all the fucking political influence, but they had one of the Bushes marry into fucking money. And fucking,
because they come from a long line of money too.
And then they're like, Bush Senior got the fucking job at the CIA, but they're like, he was not really qualified for it. But it was like because they did favors and shit for people like that had money, and fucking that's how they all got in their positions and shit. And then George W. Bush, because they get the HW, I think, from the grandfather.
Yeah.
And then fucking, I think his name's Herbert Walker. Herbert Walker is the grandfather.
Like a football player.
And then there's George H.W. Bush. And there's George W. Bush.
Then there's Jeb.
Then there's Jeb. Then there's no Jeb. No one don't give a fuck about him.
You know what's sad? You know what's sad is like I don't really get big into presidential shit, but it didn't even seem like he tried. Like he just.
They're like, he's like,
I felt
really
like he
don't
thought
want this
his
shit.
family would just fight for him or something.
No, like the Kennedys are still. That's why I'm like, I'm happy Robert Kennedy fucking finally got in, because his dad got killed, fucking his uncle got killed. Yeah, there's some crazy ass fucking doctor, some other conspiracy shit. He said that he called about something, and Robert Kennedy Jr. was the one that answered the phone whenever he called.
What the fuck?
Yeah, but it's like some doctor that
he was a kid, probably.
He said he's like was working at these hospitals in Louisiana, and that they had like fucking big old machines, and it was the CIA fucking had a whole bunch of shit, and it was like man, you gotta hear his story.
You weren't supposed to see type shit.
Yeah, like he just started connecting everything together.
Like to him, like he was just a doctor, like, you know what I'm saying, just going to work at a hospital, but he's like, why do they have this big ass machine down here that could do this? They're like in Louisiana, you know what I'm saying, like at all places. And Louisiana is kind of like backwoods.
Country,
yeah, exactly, yeah.
But yeah, you got to see this doctor. He's kind of
funny. Why would they give them that?
Yeah, and they're
they won't be looking for it.
Yeah, they're like, shit, you see this Jimmy Neutron in there?
Yeah, they'll never believe it. Like, nobody's gonna believe it.
I got this Jimmy Neutron Deluxe.
I gotta show you this guy. He's fucking.
I swear, bro.
He's pretty fucking throw. Like, he's a character.
You're like, does it catch crawfish?
Let me see. I gotta find him. He was just on this podcast.
Yeah, but I mean, it'd make more sense to be in places like that. You know what I mean?
Like undercover.
Because you know, who's gonna look for it? Are you gonna look for that shit in New York?
Okay, his name's Jack.
Fuck no.
Jack Cruz, Kruse. He's a brain surgeon, but he says, yeah, that's the one that he started connecting all the stuff. Like, bro, his story is pretty crazy. Like, I listened to the whole podcast with him, and I don't know. You Jack Cruz, look him up.
Jack Show now play. Jack what?
Kruse. Like they said he's one of the only people that hasn't been canceled that talks about all the crazy shit. Like
Doctor, Optimize Life.
Yeah, he'll be talking about the blue light, that it fucks you up. Like
blue light.
Blue light, yeah. And so he got the glasses, the lenses, like in a lot of his podcasts, they're orange, the orange lenses.
Oh shit!
So blue light, like in computer screens and stuff.
Yeah,
it'll
he said
fuck
it
your
gives
eyes
you
up
cancer.
over time?
Like, and he said that the fucking the earphones, like AirPods, holding your cell phone up to your ear, they're like talk on speakerphone. He said it fucking gives you cancer and radiation. Yeah,
you know they make a thing they put on your iPhones and stuff. I guess because like
they said
about our iPhones giving us radiation.
Yeah, that's what they said. They said
like
they say you start seeing a lot of people with fucking cancer and shit from the AirPods and putting their phone up to their ear and shit like that. Like, and like I said, I don't know how much of it's true, but like
our phones are stronger and stronger
he's
too. So
he's a real big conspiracy guy, but he hasn't like been canceled. Like, but you gotta, I'd say just because his credentials, he's a brain surgeon, so you're like. You know what I mean? You've been a brain surgeon for a long time, and he got big clients too. Like he said, Rick Rubin or something like that is like a producer.
Yeah.
You know who that is?
Yeah.
He said that's one of his clients.
He's a big.
And they're like, he's like, because he gets people to speak for
Pharrell,
him.
Jay-Z. He's big on like people just being themselves, like simple music.
He
like,
gets
real
people
simple.
like that they're not gonna cancel. he'll get them to like back, like vouch for him. And so like that's what I'm saying. You guys
are brainwashing us through music.
Oh no shit!
Nah,
no, that.
He just be talking about the blue lights. He said,
all white party.
Oh man, the all white party.
Oh, what's his name?
Who was it? Lil Baby, man. They can't do that,
man.
See, who was it? I was like, I like him.
Damn it!
Oh, he was there. Motherfucker.
No, Rick Rubin got the long hair.
We gotta get him.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I can't. Rick Rubin looks more like a hippie. Like he's like a mentor to Pharrell and stuff with the long hair, and he tells people like.
Does he got the unibrow?
Man, let me look.
I don't know if he has a unibrow, but he does look like Dakota Rasmus. That is.
Rasmus.
Nah, Rick. Like that's why when you listen to like Pharrell's beats, they go hard, but you notice there's not really a lot to them.
Dum, dum. He's like,
but they're good. Like.
That's who you talking about, nigga?
Yeah. Bro, he's a smart man.
Damn, what the fuck?
That's all I was like, hold
on.
That looks like a guy that'd go to that doctor. Look up that doctor. Look up Jack Cruz.
I think I got it pulled up.
Come on, just look it up.
Bro,
look. Oh, yeah, look, he right there with Jay-Z and shit.
Look up Jack Cruz. So look, watch. You're gonna be like, what the fuck?
See how he's sitting there? He's like a hippie. And I don't know, like, a lot of people have been mentored by Rick Rubin. Like, he's big, bro, like in hip-hop and everything. And it's funny because he just looks like an old hippie guy.
Know. I haven't seen before.
Is that for right there? You mean Dr. Cruz?
Nah, maybe it is him without hair on his face. That's him. But look at him now. Look at recent pictures. Look at the images. He got some big ass beard.
That's him.
Yep, that's him right there.
I ain't afraid of.
But he got some orange lenses on and shit all the time. But see, he's been a brain surgeon a long time, so it's just like, why would you not?
Like that's someone you like. It's good to just hear out.
Like some red ones.
Yeah, that's him right there. Like that's like how he looks in his recent interviews.
Yeah, see, big
and he's like a big conspiracy guy. Like, okay, well, there's these brother and sister that's going into the administration kind of and giving. I don't know if they're giving advice or they're in the administration, but they're the ones. I watched their podcast on Tucker Carlson, and they were talking about how Reynolds. Yeah, I like him now. I didn't really like him on Fox.
Yeah, and I know there's a whole thing about like they weren't letting him be himself.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, because like now I like him, but a lot of his shit I watch now, like he does lead them in. Like I don't know. It's kind of like he picks the people he wants because he likes the narrative of it, and he leads them in. He's like, yeah, like why wouldn't you? Like, of course I'd be angry. Like, you know what I'm saying? But he finds someone he already likes. Yeah, he finds someone he likes already, pretty much.
So it's still kind of biased, but it's someone that he knows he ain't gonna really like be annoyed or challenge.
Yeah,
like want to challenge.
Yeah. Like there's no reason to challenge him. Like they're gonna agree the whole time and fucking.
Yeah, so he knows.
That's how I feel like all his podcasts are. Like,
he's smart though. He's like, I ain't getting beat up on my own show, but like arguing with him.
Hell no, he's like. Shit.
But the brother and sister were like, they're the ones who talked about it, and that fucking doctor right there was grilling the fuck out of him. He was like, well, what about your mother? He was like, and he said, well, I just don't like.
For your mother.
He said, y'all are globalists. He's like, y'all are just globalists, and he's like, I know about your history and who you work for. He's like, and on your LinkedIn, he's like, who's this guy? And he's just like grilling him, bro, like grilling him. He's like, well, I don't trust you. He's like, Jack, come on, man. He's like, let's just have a nice conversation. He's like, what's all the hate from, man? He's like, I just know you, man. He's like, you've never met me before. He's like, I've researched your kind. He's like, and I know. He's like, and he's like, well, he's like, I don't know if you're like doing it unwillingly. He's like, or you're just like you're being played pretty much to do shit for other people, or you're doing it on purpose, or you're a fraud. He's like, I don't know which one it is. But bro, he's just grilling him, and I thought it was gonna be just like they're gonna agree on everything.
Yeah.
Because they're the same shit. Like the food is what's causing a lot of fucking the fucking diseases we have in the U.S. and like the same shit. And they're talking about Robert Kennedy, and he was like, I don't back Robert Kennedy anymore. That guy, the doctor was saying he don't back him no more. He said because something that Oh, matter of fact, he's in El Salvador. They made him like the fucking like in the health ministry in El Salvador. Yeah, bro. Like, look it up. Yeah, bro. They called him. No, they called him, bro. And they were like, "Well,
that's random.
Come get on the show, motherfucker."
Yeah, they're like, "Well, can you come on?" They're like, "Can you come to El Salvador and you become like the part of the fucking deal?" Because he said it was happening around COVID that Bukele like called him, like all his people like told him about that guy. Yeah,
they paying that for Bitcoin.
Yeah, brother.
Like, where you go, buddy?
They said that's man. I'm telling you, that's
they run Bitcoin like a motherfucker out there. That shit's crazy.
Because they can't be controlled by nobody. Like this guy, he was on Tucker Carlson too. It's like saying I bought his book about it's like how Bitcoin was hijacked because the CIA started looking into it. Like, oh motherfucker,
oh shit,
oh goddamn, I got a Charlie horse.
Oh, I was scared
the shit. Hey,
I didn't want to move. I thought you knocked over some.
I keep that bottle.
I thought you knocked over some equipment.
I'll keep that bottle over there next to you. Hey,
is that a sign?
Yeah, I caught a mean Charlie horse. Hey, I said, whoa. Oh boy. Hey, this ain't it. He said that stuff will hurt you.
Yeah, get a little.
My shit locked up. I said
maybe a little glass when we're done, but not right now.
Hey, no, you know how that shit starts to lock up. I said, hell no.
I'm like, and these bitch ass motherfuckers don't know it.
Hey, what if I would have knocked the hole through the table?
Hey, them Crown Royal bottles be going hard too.
Man, hey, but did you see that? Hey, you were talking about the health shit, bro.
Hell's Angels.
That shit with Putin, bro. Said that he's gonna release a cancer vaccine next year. A free cancer vaccine, bro, if you have cancer in Russia, dog.
Man, that's a test, though.
Nah, homie, I don't believe so, bro. Them fools be testing out the wazoo, dog.
I know,
I'm pretty sure they probably found
it's gonna
something.
come with a catch, bro.
It's like the same.
Ain't
It's
no
like
way.
the same.
Well, bro, that's Russia. We're U.S. If it was the U.S., yeah, it would come with a catch.
Yeah,
but
like,
they're a different country, bro.
And you don't know, bro. You really don't know because you've never been to Russia, neither.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
so,
you don't.
We're supposed to be betrayed by our own government.
No, so I'm saying, so they tell us all the bad things. They're like, of course, everybody does fucked up shit, and like you don't know why they're doing fucked up shit because there's certain way things are there. So you don't know. Like I'm not saying like I'm sympathetic to them or anything, but I'm just saying like. You really don't know
like
until you actually are there.
Work. Yeah, they might not
like they might be happy as fuck there. Like Russians might work for
like
them.
to them, that's what they know. And I mean, they still got cars. They got hip hop.
And what if they're like dumb Americans?
Yeah, because
you know what I mean. Like you don't
it's
know.
Like showing the village.
Well, I mean, a lot of countries do look at us like that. Like I knew fools from fucking Europe and all the time, and they would be like, "Yeah, like we look at you guys like, damn, you're like you're kind of idiotic."
Or they think like we're aggressive, or always like you know,
or like we're just dumb and we don't know shit and we're fat.
Everything's bad.
They're like, "Dang, you guys are fat." Like all that shit.
He's like, we're perfectly fine here. He's like, we actually like it here. They're like, we don't want y'all to change anything.
But you know that. But I know people here like they get shocked seeing like you know because there's violence in Europe, but like how Americans can be like kind of like we fight hostile.
No, bro, because we think we
I
understand
think that might
everything.
be our culture though. Yeah.
No, I'm saying we think we understand everything, but people's cultures.
But
are
our whole
different.
country was built on fighting. If you think about it, like you know, so it's kind of just we've always been territorial people over here.
The only thing is like. I say in the beginning we were like really tough people because you get put here in colonies and there's nothing here. You got to set it up. No infrastructure. You got to hunt.
You're in a whole land. You never been over here.
You're starting from scratch. It's fucking cold as shit. You got to build your house.
Off of being on that boat for fucking 6 months.
The fucking Native Americans are fucking attacking you
every
fucking day.
And you better not get caught walking home alone and motherfuckers.
So then you're going out hunting. You got to worry about them being in the woods. You're just trying to eat, and the motherfuckers start shooting arrows at you.
You're like, bitch, damn, that hurts. And it's just hanging out of you.
Then you don't, yeah. So I'm pretty sure, like they say, whenever we went into World War I, they said we were like fucking man. They called them the devil dogs. This is what they called the Americans. I don't know if it was a platoon or I think they called all Americans that because we'd already shot rifles. We were already hunters and shit. So we went there. Germans would come up. They see his helmet come up. Boom, pow, headshot him because they were used to everybody just walking in a straight line and everybody just everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like old school war and fucking
yeah. You had to be
the like U.S. came and they were marksmen. So there's like. They see their head come up, they'd come up out the trench, pow, shoot them in the fucking head.
You know, like America, like the range. You know, you always hear them talk about the range because
they're just killing squirrels and shit. Though.
Yeah, like you really
little squirrels with little
rabbits.
But you really had to find food and
they're just used to the headshot motherfuckers.
Because Europe was already developed like more houses and stuff than we had at the time, way back.
Yeah, they had all that shit already.
That's why there's no. That's what I'm saying. Like that's what I meant. Like people took that out of context too. Like about the clip whenever I was like, we're spoiled as Americans because they have no more land to give, and you got all these people that want more. I try not to
read the comments because I just be knowing like
I do. Fuck them.
I do on TikTok because I'm like some people be so wrong. But
do you be arguing with them on your TikTok?
Like when sometimes I do. Like earlier today, I posted a clip. Finally, you see the clip I posted.
Nah,
about JD Vance. It was just about like talking about JD Vance, and like I was like, that's the motherfucker we need right there. Like I was like, he went on CNN.
Oh yeah, people are probably like, man,
they're like he's evil. They're like all these kids and this and this.
But like thinking you really like JD Vance. Like
I like him.
You
do? I'm saying I like him. Like he's, you know what I'm saying? Like you speak well. You know what I mean? And you get your point across and. You don't let nobody bully you around. Like, of course, like everybody's like, okay, like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know his personal life. I mean, when the fuck are you gonna know
you never
politician's personal life? You don't know it, but I mean,
they might be some freaky motherfuckers. Like,
I mean, but he takes care of his kids and shit,
bro. And drag shows and shit.
Yeah, I mean, he takes care of his kids and shit, and he shows them off.
Like on the Joe Rogan podcast, like I said, he was talking about his kid cussing and shit. I'm like, shit, that was my kid. Like,
yeah, I mean, everybody's raised different. You know, there's a lot of people. Like even Gary Vee, he's like that. He's like, so you're worried about my kid cussing? He's like, I don't give a fuck. He's like, I cuss in front of my kid all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and he's like, they know not to do it.
And he's like a big inspirational fucking talker guy. Yeah. Like, so you know what I mean? It's like everybody's different.
There's this other Democratic politician I like. He just wears sweats and shit. He's always just big old dude. He came out to shake Robert Kennedy's hand. It was funny because I showed it to Monica. I was like, look, this guy don't even look like a politician. He got the fucking hoodie on, looked like just like a Hanes hoodie or something, and fucking jeans.
Regular asshole.
Yeah, and he's like shakes his hand. He comes out of his office in the fucking like the Capitol and just shakes his hand. And I was like, that guy don't even look like a politician at all. He don't wear a suit ever. He just wears.
But no one would ever know, and then he just.
But he's like more down to earth. Like he's not like super left. He's like, well, like I know why we lost. Like this is why we lost. He's like, whenever I was in Pennsylvania, people were saying they're worried about the economy. They're worried about this. Like he's like, we went too far left. Like we lost like our purpose pretty much. Like what were we shooting for? Like we lost.
A state like that doesn't need that.
Like
right
it was
now.
like a disconnect, like a big ass disconnect, like with the people, like with the average person.
Well, they need like Pittsburgh. They're going a whole technology route because what they used to be able to rely on. You know what I mean? They're trying to, because Pittsburgh used to have a bigger population. I think it's going back up, but I
didn't realize Pittsburgh was so far on the fucking west part of fucking Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Then I seen it's right on the border, and I was always wondering why you talk about Ohio and Pittsburgh.
Nah, I was trying to tell you, they call it tri-state.
But I'm thinking fucking Philadelphia, like on the fucking coast.
Yeah, that's why I used to be confused when people like, you're from Philly. I was like, I don't even think they get along.
He's like fucking,
they're far.
He starts singing fucking
they're
Fresh Prince of
different.
Bel-Air.
Yeah,
but like Pittsburgh, but that's what like why like with the sauerkraut, like Pittsburgh has like a real weird.
There's more country there. It's like upstate New York. It's like it's
weird.
weird.
Yeah, because it's still city.
It's country. It's not city like how the city is. They got cities every now and again, but once you leave out of them, it's countryside.
Yeah,
like leaving from between here and Dallas.
It's hilly as fuck. You can't really build shit.
There's like vineyards and shit out there. It's
bunch
weird.
of fucking woods and shit.
But it's pretty. But it's like you can't really build, bro. It's like it's like you
weird.
roll off these cliffs, you're dead type shit.
Yep.
Like you don't
like
fuck
Colorado,
around. Yeah, literally.
Colorado shit.
Like it's deadly, bro. But you just. But yeah,
hey, but that's funny you said that about the cliffs and shit. You know, fucking I was watching this other podcast. I watch a shitload of podcasts. There was this guy was like, well, are American babies born stupid or something? He's like, because like okay, like say that like he said a cliff. He's like, well, in my country, he's like the baby knows not to go to the cliff because he knows he'll fall and die. He's like, but the Americans, they put a big wall up because the baby doesn't know, and he goes. He's like, and he's like, no, he's like it's fucked up. That's like natural selection, like you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
but
they're
let's
letting the
put a
dumb people
European
die
baby. Let's put a European.
No, they're
baby.
talking about like in Pakistan and Afghanistan and shit like that. They're like,
I wonder if it's just bred into them then, because it's real mountainous.
No, it's
over
like
there.
natural selection because then the dumb people that don't have the genes in them in their genetics to tell them you're in danger, like don't fucking go over the cliff, like they're dead already, so they're not being rebred.
Our babies want to go be like checking everything out. They're like, wow.
They're like this.
My dad will get me.
They're like, we don't have to put up.
They probably don't even get scared while they're falling because they don't know it's about to hurt.
Yeah,
it's really not funny though.
No, it's because like it's like natural selection, bro. Like I don't know. It's just like the world.
Those motherfuckers just don't got money to put up a.
I just feel like we're sheltered a lot. Like for real, like we're really sheltered a lot. It's like like I said. Okay, but that was my point that I wanted to talk about. The fucking what is it called? Let me make sure I say it right before I say it. It's these visas. They give them to foreign people.
H1.
HB1 or something like that.
H1B.
That sounds like a disease.
H1B or HB1.
Yeah, it does. Hey, that fucking bird flu, bro. They're talking about that shit's about to be the new pandemic shit. I'm like, oh.
For real?
No. Yeah, because they said there was a case, I believe, in Louisiana or some shit.
Yeah, okay, H1B visas. Damn. And they said Elon Musk actually came over here on one of those. And it's like people that are like actually smart and like, you know what I'm saying? Like they could actually contribute to the country, like with, you know what I'm saying, with their brains, like they could help us and get ahead. And now look at Elon Musk. You know what I mean? Like it does help.
But some of them they're saying are like cooks, fucking janitors, shit like that. Then they're like, oh, what the fuck? Like, why bring them? You know what I'm saying? I understand the smart people and the people that are gonna fucking help.
Well, they're saying
shit, but
that's what they're saying is that that in our culture that they're like we're accepting fucking underachievement, like underachievement and just. Like, why don't we have people doing stem cell research? Like they're not getting into that field. No Americans are really getting into that field, or not as many as we want.
Go to Mexico and fuck with that too, though. Mexico, they're into that shit.
That's what I'm saying. It's just like why are Americans?
It works, bro.
Like,
that's what's crazy.
Like why are Americans not getting into it? It's just because like we're like lazy. You know what I mean? Like
you not got just all these that. People. Big Pharma fucking don't want you to fix people either. They don't want.
Well, no Indians. Well, because they bring all these Indians in here, like Indians, Asians, and stuff, and they're the ones who get into it in the U.S. Yeah. But they're like, why aren't the Americans actually getting into it? And they said it's because we're lazy. He's like Vivek Ramaswamy was the one that like he was getting shit about it because he was like, it's not a IQ deficit. Like we're not. He's like we're not less smart.
What the hell is that?
He's like we're not less smart than them. He's like it's just that we're lazy. He's like it's in the culture here. Like they praise a jock before they praise someone that's smart.
Yeah, it's someone that can entertain.
And they're like they make fun of it like in TV shows. Well, they're like
that's
Boy
the
Meets
thing
World.
too, though.
Yeah, they did.
Do we have a fucking people that do that shit?
Yeah,
or is there avenues open for them?
No, there is.
You can go to school for anything.
Or because
people don't
no,
want
they're
to
saying
do it.
we don't have the fucking killer instinct, and it's like we don't have the
Or we
drive in
let
us no more.
people's
Like
opinions keep us from being our full potential even.
Because I feel like I was really smart. Like I could have been fucking 1,000 times ahead if I would already fucking just took my potential and just fucking did it a long time ago.
Yeah.
Instead of doing it late. Like now I know, but there's like you get made fun of because it's in the culture.
It's your
like,
American culture. Yeah, it's American culture
so
thing that
Indians
fucking dweeb.
Yeah,
and Chinese, and they're like, okay, well, their parents are beating them and shit. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Because they want them to study.
You need to learn, motherfucker.
And like you're not gonna watch TV, like you're not gonna do this,
Yeah,
and like
you ain't doing
so
shit.
it's just like we need to get the American people like back on the right track to actually like learn and like put their all into it and like have the killer instinct. Like you fucking want to do it, you want to make it.
Yeah.
I feel like being smart is becoming cool though nowadays. Like
No, but I feel like
more
but
than
I
what it
feel like
was
the
when we were
killer
young.
like the killer instinct is like you gotta have a struggle. Like they need. I feel like the American people need to be put through like a mandatory struggle session, like for a fucking year.
Like escape out of a burning house.
Or
Man,
just live with nothing,
people would try
or
to kill
shitty,
themselves,
or broke,
bro.
or fucking something like be separated from your family.
People would try to kill
or,
themselves,
or have your
man.
family.
A
there,
lot
but
of
they
people
can't
have
help
never
you.
even been out of their own hometown or had to switch
Bro,
schools
just-
and that.
Like because we just need like the killer instinct like back in us again. Like
just take their phones away. Like
yeah,
that's
you
it.
need
Just
to
take
know-
a phone
you need to
away.
know
I
how to
swear,
keep-
fucking people would freak the fuck. They wouldn't know what to do.
because
bro.
whenever I was a kid, bro, look,
You
this
gotta be able to
Seriously.
have your composure.
I always remember this. Like all the kids that were in ESL, they're super fucking smart. Their
Yeah.
parents might not even know English, might be working a shitty job, but the kids were fucking smart.
Yeah.
Super fucking smart. And they fucking go hard. Like they go hard because they came from struggle. Like they don't
Yeah.
got nothing. You're already poor. Like you don't got
That's
shit
it.
else.
My homeboy came over when he was young. I remember from
Like,
school, bro.
that's
Young
where
as
the
fuck.
dreamers. Yeah, because
And
that's
bro,
my age, like the dreamers.
He came over and he did
Yeah, I
that
learned about that when I
shit.
moved
He
here.
became like a travel nurse or a doctor. I don't know what the fuck he does, bro. But he be in Spain, fucking Madrid, bro.
And
He
they
goes
make the
to
most out of it.
Germany. I'm like, what the
It
fuck?
paid off.
In
Yeah.
Colombia, I'm like,
All
what
that
the fuck?
education and shit.
But
Yeah,
I
bro,
don't
like-
say that it's not the rich people or the well off people that don't do it. It's the people that are middle class that really just kind of just like
I know I can
you're
get
just
a
getting
job
by.
and pay
You
my
don't got
bills.
you don't got the fucking killer instinct, and you also
'Cause
don't
you-
have anyone to push you that way
Yeah,
to do it.
because your
But-
neighbors are out.
But
we
I feel
got
like
a job.
it's the middle class people that need to have like a struggle session, like to fucking feel it, just being broke and not
Yeah.
having shit. Like, what else do you have to look forward to? But you just going hard. Like that's all you
Plus,
can do.
everybody, middle class is a pretty big class, so you got to.
It is. It's huge here.
Yeah.
So you got to think about it. Like
Your neighbors do it.
That's
You're
what
not,
feeds
and you're
the
not out
whole
of your comfort
fucking
zone.
world.
As long as
I
you
mean,
have a nice
economy.
house or a decent house, car.
But a
kids-
lot of people started giving like Vivek Ramaswamy shit about it because they were saying that you know what I mean? Like, but it's true. It's true. Like the Indian people, like who are the most successful people in the United States.
Yeah, if you take
Indians
a look
and
at
Asians.
it, yep, Indian, Japanese, Vietnamese, like them fools are way above Americans and shit. Like
It's
it's
just-
fucking insane.
Like ahead, the jobs, their earnings, they're earning
Well,
way
shit,
more.
even in high school, we had like German and Norwegian kids come. They were smarter than us because they already know
Yeah, and
multiple
that's just
languages.
their basic, and that they're just normal
and
kids.
they're coming
just-
over here in high school. Like that's a part of their
They're like,
program.
this is easy.
yeah.
Yeah, well, and they're learning
Easy
stuff
as
that they're
shit.
going to take back, but you don't see a lot of us going
They're
on
just learning the
travel
culture.
programs.
They're just
and stuff.
learning it as an experience. I think more to them. Like there was kids
Yeah,
from Brazil.
but
that
they're
would
able to do that. It means they already got to be probably good in school to where they're allowed to leave. You don't. What classmates you know that were allowed to go leave?
Shit, not a lot of them. There was,
I mean, there
well,
are
they got to
people-
exchange for someone because it's a foreign exchange.
Yeah.
So there's got to be fucking a
Yeah,
couple
they
students that
do
are going.
have like where you can
But-
study abroad, but I feel like you really got to be ahead of your grades and really.
No, but I
on
think
your
that's the
shit.
foreign exchange dude. Like I think for every whatever 5 students they bring, we send 5 students over there to their country. Like you know what I'm saying? It's an exchange.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Between
But if
two
you never
schools.
wanted to leave, you're like, man, I don't want to leave you.
Man, but it's just an experience.
Making friends
like,
over there.
But I don't know. Like I feel like for real, like a lot of people just don't have the killer instinct in them. Like I feel like the only reason
They
I feel like the
murder
only
us.
reason I really have it, like, and like sometimes
Who
like I
texted
fall
me?
off and I get lazy, is because of that. Like it's because my mom. Like I feel like that's the only reason is because it's like if you see someone kind of like go hard like that and like you know like what people came from or like what they went through already, you're just like shit. You know what I mean? Like shit. Why can't I? That's like the way I see it. Like what's gonna stop me? Like if they were
Yeah.
able to do it before me, then and
I
it's so
guess
close.
it
still.
should put a different perspective
It
in
does,
people's
like
heads
I-
when you feel down on yourself.
And then like going back over there, like going back to Mexico, you're just like, damn, you're like these people really don't have shit. Like this is like a third world country. Like they don't.
Yeah, and I
we
feel
take
like
shit for like
we almost already
for granted.
had
like
the
we take shit
stepping
for granted
stones.
though. Like Like running water, like pressurized water, hot water.
Yeah, hot water, I bet.
Fucking roads, like paved roads, fucking heating and air conditioning.
Cars.
Nice cars, fucking infrastructure.
We bitch about, like, we make fun of our friends' cars. Like, I'll see you put up in this, but everything on it's fine.
Yeah. Bro, like people over there hitchhiking. You know what I mean? Like whenever we're going into the city, people were like at the railroad tracks waiting just to get to the next city from work. Like, done busted their ass all day.
Yeah.
And they're just going to hop on someone's truck.
One jumped on the fucking...
The tow truck.
Yeah, the tow truck we
just jumped on the bed with us.
Just caught a ride.
And we're like, what the fuck?
They're like, because
come on.
It's normal there.
Yeah.
They don't got a ride. They're just like, fuck it, hop on. They're going to get home and be done for the day.
He's like, where you going? He's like, I'm going over here. All right, I'm going to go.
Yeah, fuck it. Why are you going to tell someone that just worked all day, like, don't hop on? I mean,
bro.
Hey, they're willing to hang on that bitch,
but, bro,
too.
I'm telling you, like, just even like the graphics and shit, like the signs, this is...
Yeah, like it's out of date.
It's way out of date. Like they're like way behind there. So it's just like shit we take for granted over here. It's like that's how they
graphics, but I know what you mean. Like it's like you could just tell it's real.
Hell, like some people don't have washer machines either, bro. Like that's the thing you got to do. You wash it by hand, motherfucker.
Yeah, bro. Like all the shit we take for granted.
I've done that in jail.
But it's like everybody's like a majority of people's living like that over there. So you know what I'm saying? I'm just like. They're just like whatever, it's their normal everyday life. So it's like, what are they're not gonna cry about it just because they already live like that. So what? That's what's bad about
worse? Like bro,
even much worse. You know what I mean?
In our house in Chihuahua, my grandma's house in Chihuahua, bro, like the water comes on at a certain hours. So and it'll be on just for like 6 hours of the day. So
you have to time it?
Yeah, so you have to be like, okay, hey, everybody take a shower. Hey, everybody do this. Like, you know.
Yeah, and like shit we take for granted, like the running water.
Because they don't waste water, right? Like, because they have to pump it.
Yeah, because, I mean, unless you have like a thing called tinaco, it's like a big old... like thing that holds water and they'll fill it up.
So just you got the pressure.
But if you don't have one, shit, homie, you're just gonna wait till the water comes on. And we don't have one there because we don't go all the time.
I've had the bird bath though without boiling water, but that's just struggle. Yeah, not every American
they'll do that. They'll have like 5-gallon buckets in the bath in the tub and shit. Hey, there it is.
But that's not what every American got to go through. So I can imagine.
That's what I'm saying.
We can work our way out of that.
Even our poor though, even our poor, bro. Like even
because we have the means to get out of it eventually.
But our poor is not like they're poor because, like I said, they don't have no one to fall back on. If you're poor there, you're poor. Like here, you're like, oh, I'm gonna get food stamps. So I'm not tripping. Like fuck it.
Or I'm gonna live in the project. Like I'm gonna go stay on your couch for a little bit.
There's no housing authority there. There's no food stamps. So it's just like. You see kids out there selling candy and shit, or people with no legs, like fucking selling shit, like
like they're
missing an eye and shit. And they're like still trying to sell flowers and shit, like just hustling. You know what I mean? And it's just like
because if they don't, they ain't gonna eat, right?
Exactly. So it's like people in the U.S. need that fucking hunger and drive, and like if we did shit, we'd be fucking 10 times better. That's why I said it's like it needs to be mandatory, like a boarding school or something. Like send you to fucking struggle for just a
year. You didn't grow up poor enough, bitch. You going to the you going to South Central, bitch? Nah, I'm playing. Hey, send him to DC. No.
Send him to DC.
Like in the bad projects or something. Like,
hey, I heard that shit. That shit is
Baltimore.
Fucked up, bro.
So you going to Baltimore? Yeah, like man, I don't understand him, man. I don't understand him, man.
And then you make them figure out a way to move back. Like you make them get a job there.
Hey, they got to hitchhike their way the whole way back. Hey, and then you got a kid becomes a prostitute and shit, and you're like, man, she's like, I had to fuck my way back all the way home. You're like, hey, what was that movie Monster? Like that with Eileen Wuornos, whatever. She's like the first female serial killer.
Oh,
from
shit,
Florida.
No, I don't remember.
She started killing one guy, raped her. She just started killing every fucking guy.
Every
like
guy. She's like, you want
I see
sexual advances? You're dead.
Who was it? The actor's fine. The real actor that played her was fine as fuck. But fucking, they made her look.
I think it popped up on the real, but you know what? But
that movie's a good movie.
But the caption though, what made it good is like her killing all of them. Like it's bittersweet.
She's like with the revolver. She's like,
but that's just some.
She's like, oh yeah, you sick motherfucker. She's like, pull your dick.
It's so crazy though.
And they weren't even trying to rape her. It's like one of them was like all scared and she's like,
I'm just trying to take a piss.
He's like, oh man, the goddamn thing was fucked up. But that movie was real good. So it'll teach you something. It said, don't take no pussy that ain't yours. Hey, look at that. He said,
nah, you know what's crazy? We don't got to get into because I'm sure we're running low on time. But I was just thinking, like, there really is some monsters out there. Like, what would even possess you to
there is
get off to that?
Well, see, that's another thing, too, about Mexico is, like, the way the cartel has power over people. Like, that's part of your life. Like, you got to, like, how we're not able to drive at nighttime. Like, they're like, don't drive at nighttime because you're going to get stopped at a checkpoint. And fucking, they're gonna fuck with you. Like that's your everyday life. You got to live with. Like
so they know. Like if you're out past a certain amount
like
of
there's
time,
the government there, the cartel, and the fucking police.
Like if you're gonna travel from city to city, yeah, if you're going city to city, bro, definitely don't travel at night. Like fuck no, that's the worst. But I mean, if you're like in the little town, bro,
like you stay in your town, yeah,
you gotta stay in your area. But if you're like, oh, hey,
driving from here to Dallas, they're like, don't do that.
Yeah, that's like going to Chihuahua over there, bro.
Because they'll fucking cut the highway off and be like, you got to stop here and be like, all right, what you got?
Hey, what you got? Hey, pull your wallet out. You two in the back. Hey, pull your wallets out. What y'all got?
Get away with it.
You got to live with
everybody, homie. Like
they're extorting people. Like, it's just part of the culture. It's weird. Like you just got to live with it. That is
some grimy ass shit though. They're supposed to protect. And it's like,
I mean, nighttime's a different ball game, bro. It's at nighttime.
It's like the freaks come at it.
Hey, even the cops at night, boy. Hey, they come in and clock. They clock in.
Hey, you remember when we went? I took us that back way, and I was like, "Why is this street all perfect?" Like, and everybody's like, "We don't usually go this way." I was like, "Fuck, this is probably the cartel way and shit."
Yeah, they probably paved their own road,
bro. The road was paved like a motherfucker, and I was over there. And it was just like countryside, and you're like, "What the fuck?" And my uncle's like, "Bro, we don't go this way." I'm like, shit, I followed.
You took the GPS?
Yeah, I took the GPS.
He said the GPS took us the shortest route. He's like, we go the long way.
Yeah,
they got speed bumps and fucking potholes.
But where we were going, bro, it was just smooth.
You're just in there like
it felt like driving on a fucking like a state highway here.
Yeah, bro, it was smooth, and I was like,
but over there, man, I'm trying to explain like how the highway was.
It was crazy. I was like, what the fuck?
The highway was like driving down fucking like a residential neighborhood. And you fucking hit a speed bump like every mile. It's like
yeah.
But the speed limit is like fucking 50. And you're fucking every time you hit a speed
really
bump.
go 50 the whole
and it's
time.
Country
anyway.
though, but it's country though. It's like getting more and more country. Like going to the city is weird. It's like I don't know. That shit was just different. And then desert. There's no one out there.
But when he showed me that video, it looked like desert.
Yeah, it's desert for sure.
Hell yeah.
It's hot as shit.
Where we were at,
shit.
fuck yeah.
At nighttime, like right now, I bet you it's cold as fuck right over there.
Yeah, heck yeah. Have a little fire going outside.
We need to take you.
Some beers.
It would have been fun, but y'all went like not really last minute, but you weren't. You
I went last minute. It's because it's my mom's birthday.
Yeah, because I remember we had planned it, but was it something happened and I was like, damn.
Me?
You're
like somebody.
No, there was some reason I was gonna be able to go, and I can't remember what made it different. Was Big O gonna go?
No, I think you just didn't want to go because it's gonna be my family. My mom just wanted me to go. We brought Gio.
Yeah, Gio was chilling. He was driving the fucking
truck. Yeah, you didn't take
everything over there.
For real?
That's how I holler at him. Had that famous ass taco shop. The little girl was in there sweeping. She was like, tell him he looks good.
Tell him he looks cute.
Hey, and the motherfucker got on basketball shorts and a cowboy hat. Oh, fuck. That shit was funny as fuck.
Yeah, that shit was, man.
But
it was pretty hot, though.
Yeah, it was hot. It hot and pissed off.
Yeah, because it looked miserable. I kind of was
driving in, bro.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, bitches. I was like, car broke down. I got a sunburn that fucked it up.
My fucking phone wasn't working and shit.
Hey, you don't even like working on cars really no more. They had you down there, but you had to do it just to try to get it.
No, I wasn't freaking out because I didn't know where we were. Everyone's out freaking out. They're like, fuck. They're like, you think we're going to make it? You think we're good? And I'm like, yeah, can we take this out? You pour it out of water. I said, we'll make it.
But it was funny seeing him because it's like you went on a trip to go on vacation.
Whenever we're coming back, and I said, damn.
He's like, I better not worry then.
Hey, right. I said, I go, don't worry about it,
guys. But it's really overheating.
No, everyone was kind of freaking out. I think I kept everyone calm.
Was it worse than what you were telling them?
I didn't know how far we were. We were like fucking 3 hours away.
Yeah, we were still a minute away.
In the desert, though. I'm talking about there's literally nothing. Like no building,
like
no
gas station.
No gas station.
It was like complete desert, hot as fuck, and the car's overheating.
Yeah, because you're supposed to fit. Everybody was like, all right, fill it before you cross. And when you cross, you're good to get all the way to the town. So, you know, and that's what we do. We stop, fill the bitch up, and cross over, and boom, we got 3 hours to get to that.
Yeah, that bitch started
overheating. Is there someone to cut call, though, like road assistance?
30 minutes into that shit, bro.
So you just got to walk.
Basically.
Call a cab?
We got lucky. We drove with that bitch overheating all the way, and we just luckily saw a fucking mechanic shop and that they had a tow truck. And they're like, hold on, the tow truck's about to be back.
Like, oh shit, I got bars. Like,
hell yeah, we had like one bar, bro. We had like one bar, like fucking. We got some snacks and water. We ain't had no water or nothing. Like we're sitting out in the fucking.
That's beautiful.
Y'all had to suffer,
bro. And then you gotta have pesos too. So we weren't even able to cash our money in yet.
They wouldn't take it.
No, they did. They took it, but no, we had a little bit. You had some.
No, I had some. So I was like, no, I just.
He's like, I actually have some.
Well, my dad gave me what he had. He's like,
here, tax you.
Yeah, because he's like, don't take none. He's like, I got some right here, and if you need some, I can get your deal to send it. And I'm like, all right.
Why would they tax you? Because it's complicated. Because then they gotta go cash it.
It's always changing. It's always fluctuating. Mm-hmm. Like at the time, I think it was like $17 or something in peso. So it'll go between like 17, 19, whatever.
So when you give them the money, do they have to do the math right there?
Yeah,
like,
they do it like a guy has a calculator. He's like,
yeah,
that probably is.
He's like, I'm gonna charge you this much for you to exchange it, like from American money to pesos.
And then what sucks is
they
like,
get paid. And
they make money off of just exchanging the money.
Yeah, because they're like, damn.
Yeah,
and you're just like, whatever you got to do, man. Here's another $20.
The guy was running the whole market. That's what's crazy, and he got the whole hustle.
Like my cousin has his account over there too, though. So you could just send him money, and then he'll pull it out of the bank over there. That's what my dad does. He's got his account over there, and he'll just be like, okay, he'll go to the bank, and I need to withdraw so much. Like, oh, all right, here you go.
Yeah.
And you don't pay. You know what I mean? Like what he said.
That's why my profile picture is like that with the money. That was the first day I took my money out the bank. I said,
yeah, I remember this shit.
I had 500. They're like, don't ever leave the house with these. I think it's like $1,000 bills. They're like $500 bills. $1,000 ones.
Yeah.
Are there 1,000 pesos or whatever? And they're like, don't drive with these. That's like having like fucking $100 bills on you.
Yeah, because they'll be like, oh, I want that one.
They're like a tip. They're like a tip.
They're like
$1,000
bitch.
No, they were like, don't tip. They were like, don't tip nobody either. They're like, don't tip. Yeah, they were like, because then they think you got money.
Oh, no, bug you or something?
Just
like
in case. It's like, in case they're
someone's
like
watching you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're like, huh.
Someone sees you handing money and follow you home or something.
Yeah, they're like, we're all poor here. They're like, why is this motherfucker handing money out like that?
They're like, he wants to tip my favorite waitress.
But like, hey, that's my girl, motherfucker.
Yep.
They're like, Gabriella, you know
what I'm saying? Girls love that. They said, oh, shit.
They said, Big Poppy.
My man posted.
They said, I got me a fucking visa waiting, baby.
Y'all lucky I didn't go down there with y'all.
Nah, that shit was crazy. Shit, it was cool, a little festival.
They'd have been on me. I was like,
that was all on me.
Nah.
They be talking to
and
me
I
in
never
Spanish.
I never want to come back. And I was like, y'all just go. And then I'll be calling y'all for money though, because I ain't working down there. I'm like, hey man, I promise I'm gonna come back. I pull a Martin. No, I'm playing.
They had to get us doing some work, buddy.
You've been waiting for that.
I've been waiting for that.
We didn't even really use the sound.
Look, that was it. Say, look, we're gonna cut it. Say the executive producer says, wrap it up, B.
He said, wrap it up. Wrap that shit up.
That was great. That was free ball and freestyling.
Free ball and freestyling.
Say, see you later, guys.